How did this happen, man? Chandler went from janitor to internet legend. This is not an arc that I saw coming for the internet. Nikocado, Avocado lost all the weight. Mr. Beast just completely crashed and burned, and Chandler is now the top of Mr. Beast. Well, to the fans. And to the non-fans like me. Chandler's just awesome.
From Mr. Beast's least important member,
Chandler was actually
Most important now, to me.
our janitor.
And to us.
to a man who's been called Mr. Beast's last hope. Born in Greenville, North Carolina, Chandler met Mr. Beast at a very early age.
We played baseball together since we were 9, like in the same league. We knew of each other.
But the two weren't friends as they had different interests. Jimmy was obsessed with YouTube, while Chandler was obsessed with baseball.
From a kid, I wanted to play Major League Baseball.
By 2018, Chandler was
Dude, that's so wholesome. That is so wholesome. That's like every normal kid's dream.
a pitcher at Chowan University, and after a local news station called him Player of the Week, Chandler thought he was on track to become a professional.
You think there's a world where you would have been in the MLB if you kept going?
Yeah, in my head, I didn't think it was far off.
But above Chandler's name on the roster was a much more notable person, Tyler Conklin. Tyler was also a talented baseball player, but his other main focus was helping a growing YouTube channel.
He knew Jimmy very well. Tyler calls me, and he's like, hey, we have a job. This guy just got fired. We need you to be like the replacement. I was like, yeah, I guess I need money.
Despite knowing nothing about the channel,
You had no idea what Mr. Beast was.
No.
Chandler passed the interview by offering to do whatever they needed.
Well, to be fair, at that time, I don't think they were really making money except for like through sponsors. That was like 1 million subscribers, or even sooner than that, probably.
Although it seems this somewhat backfired when Chandler found out the position he'd gotten.
Chandler was actually our janitor. We brought him
Wait,
on.
what?
Yeah, we brought
No
him
way.
on to just clean and stuff like that.
As the channel's 7th
That was Quebble Cop. He got his entire channel basically destroyed, but he did it himself. He turned himself into an AI, and then everyone just hated it. And I don't understand why he did it. It's kind of cool, I guess, but like, why would you do that?
What?
Yeah, we brought
No
him
way.
on to just clean and stuff like that.
As the channel's 7th official employee, the job was best described as Janitor Deluxe.
I was the main cleaner guy, yeah. But I was also doing the jobs of other...
You were janitor
assistants.
deluxe.
Dude, I'm literally doing everything except to be in front of the camera.
Although despite having a pretty small group, Chandler barely said anything.
He was very shy, like super shy. He was so terrified to even talk to me.
Luckily, Chandler instead still had sporting ability, as it substituted his shyness during his first appearance in this iconic upload. The goal of the video was to break basketball records, in which Chandler spoke just 8 basic words. Here's the record and here's where we're doing. Despite his limited dialogue, Chandler broke a record for the
One take. I bet it was one take. That's how awesome Chandler is.
world's longest behind the back shot. It's weird to think that Chandler holds a world record. So this is how Chandler joined the crew. Well, kind of. Chandler didn't show his face for 1.5 years after, only occasionally being heard behind the camera.
I feel like a bagel would be kind of waterproof anyway.
Yeah.
That would be until this video here, when Chandler became a Mr. Beast contestant purely because they had no one else.
What made them decide to put you in?
There was uneven people. You cut a circle into 4s, and they just only had 3.
They had 3 people and they were like, who do we grab? They're looking around and you were just there.
As mentioned, the challenge featured a circle cut into 4 quarters, and the last person to leave won $10,000. Each contestant had a $100 budget.
This was the time when I was actually a fan of Mr. Beast. I was watching all of these videos. I think I stopped watching Mr. Beast probably like 6 months before the Squid Games stuff was happening. So I was watching him for a while, like every video off of the main channel.
Through which Chandler became likable, but only because he was also kind of stupid. While Chris, Tyler, and Garrett spent their $100 on tents and beds, Chandler instead simply bought a camping chair,
Chandler, that was the poorest decision ever. I'm talking about buying a fucking chair.
spending
But he knew how to make the content though. Even if he didn't really know what he was doing, that's what he was doing.
the rest of his money on snacks.
Chandler spent like $6 on fruit roll-ups, but $5 on his chair.
Oreos, that's gonna help me survive.
Hey, I got beef jerky too.
Garrett mattress, Chris tent, Tyler tent, Chandler gushers.
What did your money go to, man?
I got gushers.
Chandler was therefore ready to leave instantly.
So Chandler said he really doesn't kind of want to do this anymore.
Chandler's now trying to sell off his snacks. $30 a snack, he says.
That's actual genius move. Actual genius move, because nobody else got gushers. Nobody else got beef jerky. They got stupid tents.
Like he's a freaking airplane.
Yet he managed to outlast both Chris and Garrett
Did they buy it, though?
whilst delivering some stupid but funny lines. Chandler eventually lost to Tyler after 36 hours, but with comments like "I wanted Chandler to win" and "Chandler in more videos," people demanded that he return.
Yeah, people really liked him. And
wow.
And Chandler all of a sudden just starts popping in more and more videos, and people are like, we like Chandler. We like Chandler.
He'd therefore bring his one-liners to the very next challenge.
Can I throw my poop this time?
Sure, actually. Go ahead.
Although after again losing, something became obvious. Chandler was terrible at winning these challenges, so much they introduced his family just to help him win.
Since Chandler lost the last two, his dad came to show Chandler how it's done.
Chandler's dad Todd became a regular in the
Yeah, I remember seeing this exact video, and I thought it was wholesome. I thought bringing his dad in was awesome.
videos, also being Chandler's lifeline whenever he needed help.
So Chandler's dad said if he felt like not doing it, then give him a call and he'd motivate him.
Which turned into random contestants also using Todd's advice.
I'm feeling great, but I think we should call your dad.
Yeah, you need some support.
I need some support.
Todd's description further suggested Chandler came from a Christian household, and that Chandler was part of a very big family.
And I think that's why he's going to be at least better than Mr. Beast. But if he does, like, if he takes over this channel, not saying that's going to happen or if that's even in the cards, but if he took over this channel, I think he would do so much better than Mr. Beast. And I would feel so much better about it because I feel like Chandler is an actually good person and Mr. Beast is too focused on being the biggest and the best.
Most of whom featured in Last to Leave Ramen Noodle Pool wins $20,000.
This episode is a little different because it's all Chandler's family. Those are his sisters, this is his brother.
That is so gross, man. Do those noodles just like not disintegrate? I'm pretty sure they do. They probably just have to keep pouring more noodles in the longer it takes.
As a gimmick, Chandler's brother Zach became a member of Mr. Bro, winning way more challenges than Chandler ever could. In fact, more than a year had passed since Chandler was first hired, and he still hadn't won even one single challenge.
He's competed in all of these challenges you see on the screen, and he lost every single one of them.
Memes began to spread about Chandler failing to win.
He basically tortured himself for nothing, for, I guess, a regular paycheck, which I don't think is worth it.
When Chandler drops out of the challenges, you're in the end game now.
Even our fridge can make fun of Chandler. Look, Chandler trying to win a challenge. Losing on purpose so we can make memes out of him.
Although it turns out this was gold for the Mr. Beast channel.
Mr. Beast
for
gaining
sure.
a lot of traction at the same time as these challenges taking off, as the same time as Chandler joining the crew. Now all of a sudden, challenges is kind of, you know, Mr. Beast never did challenges. For a little bit, that's kind of all it was.
As mentioned by Carl, Chandler being in the videos came with a massive increase in Mr. Beast's viewership as challenges became the channel's main focus. Still, Jimmy offered extra incentives to help Chandler win.
If he wins this one, he gets 50 grand. Everyone else only gets 20 grand because like Chandler never wins.
Leading to his first ever victory 13 months after starting.
What are you gonna buy with all this money?
I don't know. I've never had this much before.
Chandler then won the next challenge, and another after that, before he'd face a serious
Yeah, stuff like this is why I don't like Mr. Beast, because using money to make people feel like their life changed is terrible, because you know what they're going to do with the money every time? They're going to spend all of it on something that's not going to matter.
problem. Chandler was still just a part-time employee, as professional baseball was still the main dream. That would be until Jimmy gave him an ultimatum.
They were like, hey, we don't need part-time people anymore. Either you are full-time or you go back to college. And I was like, oh, shoot. So I had to make a decision to either just kill my dream and go work for Mr. Beast, which I did.
Chandler therefore
Mr. Beast, the dream killer. He should have stuck to baseball. He probably would have been happier.
announced that he'd dropped out of college, which turned out to be his smartest choice, as exactly 1 year later he'd win the private island. Chandler went on to sell it for roughly $800,000.
Only reason I couldn't keep the island, guys, is because of taxes. The government will make you pay taxes on something you could get for free, and I didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay on taxes.
Yeah, and he just had to sell his soul for it. That's all he had to do to get an island.
Though despite the impressive windfall, people noticed he was appearing in the content less frequently. Is Chandler doing okay? He looked sick in the latest hide and seek video, and he seems to be less and less a part of any of the content. Did he go through something personal, or is he just not as interested in the channel? I've noticed that too. I don't know if it's a personal issue, or it's cause of the dynamic of the group.
Most likely stress, because they were doing a lot of stuff all the time, a lot of different stuff.
A different post read, after seeing less and less of an appearance of Chandler and more of Carl, I start to think that maybe Chandler is either leaving or he's just not good enough. At around the same time, Chandler supposedly uploaded a video titled "Why I Left MrBeast Videos," which explained, "I've left the MrBeast team due to complications with content policy. I had a great time making videos with everyone, and I would like to share some of my favorite moments from the channel, although this was totally fake." On the other hand, people began to clickbait that Chandler had gotten fired.
So Chandler
I
from
remember that.
MrBeast has allegedly been fired for selling the private island that MrBeast gifted to him. Watch to the end, this is crazy.
Although the reality was much more depressing. Chandler had sadly died.
What? No, he didn't.
YouTube star and associate of MrBeast, Chandler Hallow, shot dead whilst filming stunt for video. The article featured a picture of Chandler just a few weeks before his death and was supposedly written by Mark Savage, who was certainly surprised to see it. This is totally fake. I never wrote such a story, although Chandler then confirmed the headline was true, tweeting, "Just found out I died. So when I saw you last night, it must have been a ghost."
That's crazy when you find out that you died. And that's even crazier when everybody can see that you found out you died.
Obviously, Chandler hadn't died, as only 4 months later he'd announced he'd gotten married, although this had come with its own bit of drama. The photos had everyone from MrBeast's crew, except for perhaps the most notable person. Why didn't MrBeast come to Chandler's wedding? A video talking about the drama gained 11 million views.
Because MrBeast was doing things, he was too busy. I'm pretty sure he said he was sick, but I guarantee he was not, and he was just too busy.
Chandler from MrBeast got married, but MrBeast himself did not appear at his friend's wedding.
Until MrBeast himself addressed why he couldn't come. Adorable, wish I didn't get sick.
I remember seeing that on another video way back when, in the before time.
Judging by other comments such as, "My life wish is to be the same kind of man that Chandler is. Getting married only made him more respected," bolstered by something else that Chandler started doing. After 1 full year with 0 TikTok uploads, Chandler posted the following video.
Recently, the Lord has put it on my heart to start sharing, some of the things that I've learned, and I'm gonna start doing daily verses.
As mentioned, he planned on reading daily Bible verses, many of which have gone extremely viral. This genuinely takes so much courage to do in your position. W. Chandler.
Yep, super W. Super W. I love Chandler for this.
Even those who aren't religious seem to love what Chandler's doing. However, there's another type of comment that's rampant through his videos. Why aren't you on MrBeast anymore? Why did Chandler leave MrBeast? Did he leave MrBeast or not? Which is being repeated in many viral videos. Chandler quitting MrBeast? Where is Chandler from MrBeast? Chandler officially quits MrBeast team. The videos talk about Chandler in this video here, during which Chandler seems extremely bored while filming.
I bet that he hasn't 100% quit. I bet that he does help them out sometimes.
And ends up leaving the challenge before it's even finished.
Where has he been and what is he doing?
He definitely hasn't left the crew, as he only just featured in the world's deadliest obstacle course, but people
I don't think I watched that.
Are definitely noticing that he's appearing less frequently.
Good, good. He skipped all this drama. That's a good thing. I love Chandler. He is an internet legend, man. He has put himself way above MrBeast. Even though MrBeast is the brains and the hands of the channel, Chandler was the heart and the soul.